he got off on some law. I forgot what law it was, right? Whatever, some law. And he got out, but he got 30 years from probation, going to trial. They gave him 30 years. They like destroyed this guy. And he became a lawyer and everything while he was in there. He studied, he became a lawyer, very smart guy. You know what I mean? So a lot of people really get screwed in that system. I tell you, really, really bad. But I mean, at the end of the day, you know, the telemarketing and all that, I mean, it's a good thing she copped the plea. Otherwise, she would have got a lot of time. Now you said the Chrisleys were the other one. Now the Chrisleys pretty much had the same charges I had.
Wow.
You know, the Chrisleys had the same charges I had. I don't know why they got so much time. I don't know the full details of you know, their case. You know, but why they got so much time, I don't know. I mean, I read it, and you know, when I go to Google some things, these things pop up, and I just start reading them. But I mean, I believe the guy got how many years? 12?
Yeah, he got 12 and the wife got 9.
9 years, and the wife got 9. That is a lot of time. I mean, come on, for what? For taxes and I don't know. I mean, what they do? Taxes? I believe it was the same charges as mine. Wire fraud. You got to understand one thing. When they charge you with whether it's taxes or wire, mortgage fraud, it's all the same things that come up. Wire fraud, mortgage fraud, bankruptcy fraud. They all charge you with the same things. Okay, so everybody gets the same charges. All right, it's just a federal thing. And why they got so much time, I don't know. Maybe they gave them a hard time. They pissed off. They must have pissed off the prosecutor. They must have did something in order to get that much time, because that's a lot of time, and especially for the poor lady as well. I mean, the poor lady, even him. I mean, that's I don't care if they're in a camp or wherever it is. It's a lot of time. It's just a lot of time. That's way too much time for to break up a family like that. I mean, come on, how long do we live? You know what I mean? It's not like we live for thousands of years. You know what I mean? We're lucky we live 70, 80, right? I don't know, if you're lucky.
If you're lucky, yes, I
You know
would
what I mean?
say.
If you're lucky.
I get it. I do the math all the time. And I'm like, wait a second. Wrapping up, I have 3 very quick questions as we kind of wrap up and wind down. You know, there are ways, we have cell phones, like we could all be on FaceTime. Like if they came to the producers and said, we want you to be part of Teresa and Louis' story or RHONJ, they'll film you in the Bahamas. Of course, there'll be a paycheck associated with this, Joe, because I mean, this is how the world works. Like, would you ever agree to go back on this show from where you are and kind of be FaceTimed in?
Hey, look, I would do whatever, to help. I would do whatever. I mean, if we had to do it, we came to a compromise. Why not? I mean, listen, business is business at this point. You know what I mean? It's all about business from now on in. It ain't about, you know what I mean? Listen, the one thing about the Bahamas, there's no taxes here. There's no whatever. I mean, I don't have to worry about that. There is no income tax here. I love it. This country was actually made for me.
It's sunny out, there's no taxes.
I mean, look, I got no complaints here. The only complaint that I have is that I'm not with my kids and my family there. I would love to be able to come and visit them and, just visiting. I don't even want to I don't care about living there, all right, but about just being able to go and visit. You know what I mean? I couldn't go and see my grandmother when she passed. I couldn't, now my kids' graduations are coming up. I can't even be there for them. You know what I mean? That pisses me off. That there, I want to be there for, because I should be there, because I'm the father, and I should be there for those, moments in life. I mean, that's the things that, really bothers me. But I mean, other than that, as far as me being where I'm at, I'm content.
That's good. And
yeah.
Final 2 questions, I promise. Do you think like you would still be married to Teresa if it wasn't for the show? Because I mean, or would you ultimately have ended up divorced? And you may not, of course, ended up deported or charged or all these other things, but do you think you'd still be married to Teresa if it wasn't for the show?
I'm sure we would. I mean, we had 4 kids. I don't think we were going anywhere. Obviously the separation is what caused the divorce and everything, because, what am I supposed to do? I live in Italy. She lives over there. I'm not going to have my kids go from the US to Italy and live there, because that's not a place you want to live. I mean, Italy's a beautiful place to visit. If you want to retire there, fine. You know what I mean? But if you are active like me and you want to go to Italy it's not a place to be. You know what I mean?
I do.
So, I mean, if you want to sit there, go there, do nothing, and drink wine and eat pasta all day, it's a great place. You know what I mean? But it's a beautiful place. You know, I did it for a year. I got bored. I couldn't do it anymore. You know what I mean? I couldn't. How long can you do that?
It gets boring. And
Yeah, it gets boring.
final question, because you are divorced from Teresa and you said you were going to bring someone and you said you love your life in Bahamas. What is up with your dating life, Joe? Is there someone special?
Yeah. I mean, look, there's yeah, yeah. I mean, look, we'll see. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, look, I got I meet people, you know what I mean? I definitely meet people. I mean, I'm yeah,
I'm
I'm not
just
gonna
look. Yeah, go
uh,
on.
do I date? Yes. Okay. Do I talk to people? Yes. Let's see. I mean, I don't know. Eventually, at one point, I'm not gonna, I'm gonna, I guess settle in. I guess. But I was married 20 something years. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm looking to get married again. You know what I mean? Why would I? Not right now, anyway. Take a little break, do what I got to do, and then when the right one comes around, we'll talk about it.
You could just live together. Yeah, there's no rush. And
Yeah.
I just want to make sure they love the juicy Italian type down there in the Bahamas.
Yeah. Well, don't forget, here a lot of Americans come. 95% of the visitors that come here are all American.
Yeah.
So I mean, I meet a lot of Americans. You know what I mean? I meet a lot of Bahamians as well. I mean, it's good. You know, I'm not complaining.
That's good. Well,
Yeah.
listen, I really appreciate your time. You're going to have to come back. I think you're going to come back. We'll do a check-in with you. People want to know what you're up to and you seem happy and I'm glad, it's you're living your life, right? Like you say, I think you really should write a book in your future. I mean, Teresa's right. You should write like a book about everything you've been through and just coming out with a positive attitude.
I mean, maybe one day I will. I will one day, I guess. You know what I mean? But as of right now, I got a lot of good things going on here right now. I got a lot of good things coming up, and I got some fun things coming up too that I'm in negotiations with. That you'll soon hear about it if we happen to do it. All right, and once I do, I will definitely let you know about it, and for sure.
Amazing. You'll come back on. I'll definitely
Yeah,
be in touch about having you back. I
yeah,
really do
yeah.
appreciate your time. This has been
I
such a
got some fun
pleasure.
things coming up, and it might even involve the housewives. We'll see.
Ooh.
All right, but it'll be a fun event. It won't be like one of these things, not like that.
Okay. I like a fun event, right?
Yeah, it'll be fun and everybody will have fun doing it.
Everyone needs to follow your Instagram who's not, because it is just, you really make me laugh on a daily basis in like the best way possible. So thank you for that. I really appreciate it. Whoever says you're not a nice guy, they're insane, because you're like the nicest person ever. So I really appreciate your time.
Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. It was a pleasure being on your what a podcast?
Podcast. Yeah,
Right.
podcast.
Pleasure being on your podcast. All right. Good luck with everything and I'll see you soon.
Thank you. Keep in touch.
All right, pal.
Take
Bye-bye.
care. Bye.